Like, I time his entrances to the ring because on pay-per-view, he's been known to take like 12 minutes. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, come on, Randy. Let's get a move on, Randy. It's been 4 minutes and you haven't even left the ramp, Randy.
Welcome back inside the CKDJ studios right here for Wrestling With It is on CKDJ 107.9 Ottawa's new music and on Smashcast. We're live on Smashcast as we speak, guys. As always, I'm the music man, Colin Scully. Alongside me this week, the man with no excuse, Jonathan Skuse. And joining us for the first time ever this week, Matty J. How's it going, man?
The tower of power, too sweet to be sour. Yeah, how you doing, buddy? Yeah. Hi. Hi.
Is this entire show just going to be a Macho Man impression?
But sometimes
contest?
those are the
If
best
it'll
shows.
get people to laugh, maybe.
Sometimes those are the best shows. I'm pretty sure we'd be sued by Bruce Pritchard for copyright infringement for all of these.
Like he's got something to sue me for.
He's got something to wrestle with, though.
That's very true. That's very true.
Scully, what's on the agenda?
So there were a couple big pay-per-views that happened this past weekend. Of course, we had WWE's Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. No stairs this year.
Which was and the chairs match was good.
The chairs match.
And it's got Randy Orton
When was the last
in
time
it.
you ever thought you'd say that a chairs match was good?
A chairs match with Randy Orton.
Exactly. I had like,
Which,
oh, man.
that's amazing to
Rey
me.
Mysterio, I don't think he saved it. I think Randy made an effort, but it was the best chairs match I've seen yet.
Very true. And of course, we had Ring of Honor's final battle take place, and there was a lot of stuff to come out of that.
Oh yeah, I caught a fair chunk of that. It was
And
an
Final
interesting-
Battle is probably the best way to describe it, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't be
getting
giving any
into
spoilers away, man. We're
No,
not
not
ready
yet,
to get
not
into
yet.
that.
We got a show to do first.
Yeah, exactly. So to start off, we'll go through the card from TLC.
Yes.
First match on the pre-show had Buddy Murphy defeating Cedric Alexander to retain his Cruiserweight Championship with a time of 10 minutes and 35 seconds.
Great matchup. Why is it on the pre-show?
Because
my
of the
gripe
amount
with
of
it.
viewers on 205 Live, but I'm pretty sure with the whole thing that happened on Monday, that's soon to be changed. But
Thankfully, especially
for now,
on SmackDown Live as well.
For now, it's on the pre-show.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one problem that I have with this being on the pre-show, there's another match that was on the main show that could have been put into that position. This
you
match,
talking
of
about-
course, being Fabulous Truth and Mahalisha.
Yes. Well, I think they
That
wanted
match, I think, could have been on the pre-show only because
The Facebook
only
watch.
because of the Facebook watch.
Oh,
Yeah.
for a second, I thought you were going to say only because of who won.
To be
Well-
fair, it's Ron the Truth Killings in 2018. I don't blame you.
Like, I know he's gonna. There's something's gonna happen. He's got the number 30 spot, but he's gonna come out at 13 because he had something in his ears. Like,
They gave him a 13, but he drew a 31. They really, wait, a mythic?
That's an
It's a
Austrian
thief.
guy.
Oh, and spirit thief.
and then he's gonna Carmella's gonna suddenly be Little Jimmy.
Oh, good Lord! Don't even start with that.
It was Carmella all along. She was little Jimmy.
It was me or a truth. Ah, son of a what? And Jerry Lawler, like, what? It was
then-
me
and then
all along. I was little Jimmy.
And then Booker T. Tell me he didn't just say that. What else did we have on the card? We had what was on the pre-show? Was this?
It was Buddy Murphy and Alexander, and then in the second match, we had Elias defeating Bobby Lashley in a guitar above the ring
I
match.
still call it on a pole, even though it wasn't. on
It was a
pole.
ladder match in the strict, quote unquote, in the strictest terms. I'm just sad for Bobby Lashley.
I'm not. I'm
I mean-
sad for Leo Rush, who's like, here, let's get this guy over. Leo, be annoying and get Bobby over.
You know what? He's doing his job.
And Bobby,
I can't.
slap your butt cheeks.
That's what makes me sad. Bobby Lashley, probably the most legitimate, credible threat to Brock Lesnar, reduced
Yes.
to being Mr. Ass 3.1.
Mr. Ass.
Mr. Ass 3.12.
3.12. Yeah, 3.12. There was a bit Kip James did
If
in
there was
TNA.
a worse, there's only one worse situation, and it's like I said last week, is whenever the Singh brothers decide they want to be a tag team, but they've already jobbed out to like Bailey.
They jobbed out to Bailey and half of the divas of the women's division, and
Yeah. Half the SmackDown rosters. But anyways,
Yeah.
carrying on with the Singh brothers, Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox did not win Mixed Match Challenge.
For me, it's a big deal. For my co-host over the WrestleCast, he is sad in a sad place.
I personally feel hindered.
But you know what? Here's a good thing. R-Truth hindered with Jinder. At the very least, R-Truth will not win the Royal Rumble.
There's some conspiracy at play here, though, because all the McMahons are now following Raw and SmackDown around. Spoilers, by the way. And R-Truth and Carmella have a ticket for their vacation to like headquarters. Are we gonna see like R-Truth subtly take over the WWE while the McMahons are away?
No. See, now you
Like,
now you put this
Vince
into
is
my
gonna
head.
come back to
Now
his
watch,
office.
Watch. Vince is gonna be in his office. R-Truth and Carmella are both. They're gonna have chairs, and they're just gonna be like, "I can do this. 'Cause we have a camera now." I can do this. R-Truth and Carmella are both just gonna turn around like this. But that just put a bad idea into my head of like the McMahons kind of going off camera, off TV for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And then in those weeks, they're gonna have R-Truth running the men's division and Carmella.
Do
running
you
the
remember
women's.
in the Attitude Era when they hired Stone Cold to run the company and he
Yes.
was like,
No,
answer the
no.
phone with a big hell yeah?
I know exactly what it was. It was Linda and Stephanie
Yes.
giving their 25% to Austin when they found out who the greater power was.
Yes, and then we have like Stone Cold running the company, but instead of Stone Cold, it's R-Truth.
Oh, good Lord.
Now, when you answer the phone, I want you to say, "What's up?" What's up?
What's up? WWE, what's up? What do you want?
And
Okay,
then,
Vince is not here.
then the main show started.
No, the main show. That was the first match on.
That
there.
was
was.
the first.
Also, it was the squash match that. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So
Oof.
Elias and Bobby was in the pre-show, and then
And then
the,
Fabulous Truth and Mahalisha.
Yes. And then we had another squash match, I believe.
Yep, the bar.
No, that's not what I was
No,
thinking.
triple
of.
threat.
The triple threat tag. Well, that was next.
That wasn't a
triple
squash
threat-
match either.
yeah.
It must have been later on in the show.
Well, the
though.
next,
That's what I'm
the next
thinking of.
match on the card was, of course, the Bar defeating the New Day and the Usos in a triple threat tag match to retain the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. It feels like, for me, these guys have been the SmackDown Tag Division
Yes.
for more or less all of 2018.
that triple threat was the SmackDown Tag Division,
yeah.
but that's not for a bad thing.
No.
These three can go. You know, I'd
Right.
rather have three teams that could go and provide different, unique, and interesting matches than Baron Corbin squashing Finn Balor 10 times over.
And they've managed to stay fresh. If the New
If
Day was
nothing
still
else.
selling us bootios, it would be stale. If the Usos were still running around in face paint, it would be stale.
Yeah.
If Sheamus and Cesaro still hated each other, it would be stale. But they changed, and it's great.
Yeah, but to be fair, the pancakes are stale too.
Oh yeah,
Let's
they'll
be
find
fair
something else
here.
to sell us though. Don't worry.
Yeah. Up next on the card, we had Braun Strowman defeating Baron Corbin in a TLC match.
Oh boy, where do we
What do you
start with
mean
that
by
one?
Braun Strowman defeated Baron Corbin?
What I mean by Braun Strowman defeating
by
Baron Corbin
by
is
the legal
Apollo-
definition of the end of the match, what the result was, that's what's on paper.
That's
What
on paper.
happened was, I'm not allowed to curse on this particular program, am I?
You can. I can just post-prod it out after.
It was a clusterfuck.
Yes.
Apologies. I know it's FM radio.
It
I
was-
apologize, but it's a cluster because what happened was
we can
well,
swear
all
on
the
this,
in-
and I'll just post-prod it out
Yeah.
after.
I know you can
Yeah.
bleep it later,
With a
but
Sid Vicious knee break, with just like the audio of his knee breaking, and that's just what the half the brain that you do. But no, yeah, it was a mess.
it was the build up, the behind the scenes was a little more of the mess with Braun having his elbows. He's still in the sling, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
And he's
As
gonna
soon
be
as he
wrestling
hit-
Brock.
As soon as the music hit. Well, I mean, okay. As soon as Heath Slater I saw as the referee for this match, I'm like, okay, shit's about to go down.
Yeah.
Whether it's good for us, bad for us, or good for them and
Man, if Heath Slater
You know
had
what?
like an Earl Hebner evil ref role, that would
good
be
Lord.
amazing.
That would have been
Revitalize his career
Oh.
right there. But that's not what we got.
No.
He turned face from a heel turn he never had.
Yeah, he turned from.
I got my buddy fired.
He was a face. He went from a to huh?
Well, he did help Baron the week previous, but turned against him again. But it's Heath Slater. He's got kids.
He needs his job.
He does.
He does.
Natalia defeated Ruby Riott in a tables match.
Ugh.
How did this?
Yeah.
How they had a great match, all purposes, and the crowd was in there. The crowd had every right to turn on this match.
Yeah, and I was funny.
Every right.
I was watching this match with my girlfriend, and whenever Liv Morgan ate the first table spot, she asked me why I was laughing so hard. And I said, because she didn't want to compete in this match because she has a sunburnt ass and she just went through a table. I'm laughing at how bad it must feel.
gosh.
Oh, man, can you imagine going? And she went through, like,
Flat back bump. Yeah, flat back bump.
It was
That's what it
table.
was.
I will admit, it was a great bump, though.
It was.
It looked
was.
amazing. Now, the one question that I have for both of you guys about this match is, do you think that Ruby Riott or whoever wrote this bit, because kayfabe is
No.
Do you think that it went? I think you know where I'm going with this too. Do you think they went too far with putting Jim the Anvil Neidhart on the table that
No.
Ruby Riott was going to put Natalia through?
no, I don't think they went too far with that. I think they
no.
went too far with Natalia putting every single member of the Riot Squad through a table, but I don't think they went too far with Jim.
They went too far in burying, but too far. I wouldn't say too far because we remember the Kobe Bryant incident with Abraham Washington.
Oh man,
So much. I'd say it was still tasteless.
yes.
You know, it was
Yeah.
it was beyond taste.
But
'Cause
if they're doing it on TV, you know, Natty's okay with it, and that's why I shrugged it off to begin
That's
with.
what I figured. I was like, it was tasteless. It definitely was a little tone deaf, but if she's on there doing it and she's acting her balls off,
Yeah.
figuratively, of course,
Right.
I'm like, no, you know what? That's fair enough, but it was still, it was cringy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
There was-
definitely a contender for worst angle of the year, still in my book. But, you know.
I'm pretty sure we could come up with.
Oh,
more
there's still
angles.
more. There
Yeah.
are more, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's on the list. It's on a short list, is what I'm trying to say here.
You just made the list.
Thank
There
you.
go. Yeah. I had seen something as I was preparing for this show, preparing the notes that aren't existing right now. As I was preparing my mental notes, I was scrolling through Facebook, and there was a meme online where it was like, fans want the Attitude Era back, yet they say that this is too far. But do they remember the scene with Big Show's
That's exactly
Big
what I was
Show.
thinking of.
Big
the
Show.
hearse, and then like the casket.
No,
being
the
dragged,
casket. It was the
and then
big
he
boss
jumped
man.
onto the casket. Yeah, that's what.
That was, they were just farting around that day. Like the everything was recorded, he was chasing, and they were going to cut there, and then Big Show decided,
I don't
I'm going
know.
to jump on the casket.
I'm not saying that's not the worst thing that they've done, but I just like to remind everybody that the big boss man has also fed Al Snow his own dog.
That's right, Al. 100% grade A pepper. No. What's the matter, Al? You don't like pepper? You don't like the way pepper tastes? You don't like the way pepper looks? Huh? You don't like pepper? Huh? What's the matter with you, boy?
South Park style.
Exactly.
Finn Balor defeated Drew McIntyre. in-
Surprisingly,
yeah.
I
I still think Drew McIntyre is going to win the Rumble, and that's why I say surprisingly.
Yeah, surprisingly, also
When does his
50,
face
but
turn
50-50 booking strikes again.
I think his face turn, if he wins the Royal Rumble, would be after the Royal Rumble.
Like the Raw after, or what? it
Raw
be?
after, the pay-per-view after, maybe, if you do it right.
Chamber.
Yeah. Something
Have
cool.
him have there be like start the feud the Raw after the Rumble,
Yeah.
where he comes out, right, and then you have a Universal Championship Elimination Chamber match.
Yeah.
Where the last two guys are McIntyre and whoever the champion may be.
Lesnar.
You don't think Strowman's gonna win his match against Lesnar?
Here's the thing. This is Vince McMahon we're talking about. And he
Yeah.
screwed up. And he screwed up Braun Strowman royal at Crown
My
Jewel.
opinion is also the same. This
Well-
is Vince McMahon, but the man's insane. You never know what he's gonna do, especially if he's in charge again, like he says he is. The man's insane. Like
First off,
Ken Shamrock could get
Cave-
re-signed tomorrow and beat Brock Lesnar. Like Vince McMahon is insane.
Ken Shamrock is
Ken
wrestling.
Shamrock is
That's why
Ken
I
Shamrock
specifically said
resigns.
Ken Shamrock.
Ken Shamrock resigns 2 days later. We have suspended Ken Shamrock due to violation of the wellness policy. We found him with a needle up his ass. It was full of roids.
Good God, pal.
My God, pal! Not even 2 days.
Roids
we
are
already-
for Lesnar only, pal.
And Cena. Now, you said that McMahon screwed Strowman up royally at Crown Jewel. Vince McMahon screwed a lot more than Braun Strowman at Crown Jewel.
Vince McMahon screwed Vince McMahon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not to quote
can't
Vince
argue that
McMahon
now.
while speaking about Vince McMahon, but Vince McMahon screwed Vince McMahon.
I can't argue that. That's good. I cannot argue that.
Ronda Rousey defeated Nia Jax with Tamina by submission to retain.
It was a snoozer.
Rousey looked pretty good though.
Oh, yeah.
I was having a hard time sleeping, and I put on that match. 2 minutes later, oh God, I'm fading away.
Yeah, it was.
That's a cure for insomnia. That match,
for a Ronda Rousey match.
but
Definitely.
this is not by fault of Ronda. It's Nia Jax.
Yeah, I still think she should be in NXT coming up now, in my opinion. Not have already been women's champion.
They turn her to a kind of female Big Show. She turns face, heel, like a coin flips.
I haven't even
almost.
thought about that until now. You're absolutely right. She's a female Big Show. And the Big Show has won like a handful of titles.
Yeah, and he's still over because he's a giant and he's.
She's still got a good career ahead of her.
Nia punched Becky Lynch in the face and is instantly heel once. She screwed up one Survivor Series match, and now might have just saved WrestleMania, but that's another story for another day.
That's another story for this next women's match.
Well, there you go.
But before we talk about the next women's match, we still have 2 more matches to go for.
Good boy.
We've got the new Daniel Bryan defeating AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. Now, Matty.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on the new Daniel Bryan?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I like this new heel gimmick. It started with the kick in AJ's crotch area.
Which has been the most hated person of 2018 for some reason. Is AJ's crotch.
The most hated area ever is not a city or town or country. It's someone's genitals.
2018, the year of AJ's crotch.
Who's
gonna kick it next?
Have you seen this video? It's been running around. All of the low blows to AJ Styles.
Yes.
Set to the overture. It's a bum.
Yep.
Pow!
Yes, I've seen that.
Love that.
But
bit.
this new Daniel Bryan.
I love this new guy. I love the fact that he's turned into the crowd by saying, "I'm a vegan." Your belt's made out.
Your title belt's made out of leather.
You're not a real vegan.
Shout out to
love
Solid
that.
Monster.
Love that bit. Love that bit.
I love how he's like
And he's on YouTube, on WB's YouTube, and he's like, if I retain this, I'm turning this into a plant. No, Solid Monster had it best. Hemp. Rope.
Yeah.
Matt Riddle would be his best friend.
Yeah. Oh man, when Matt Riddle comes up to the main roster. No, but this was I liked this. This was probably one of the best
great.
matches.
I like Daniel Bryan when he does the dragon sleeper hold.
Yeah.
That looked great.
Yeah.
That looked great. AJ sold it beautifully.
Absolutely.
Loved it.
Yeah.
These two know how to work with each other. I love that.
Their storyline is a little but their matches are 2 thumbs up.
Oh yeah, like the build up is but you can make it up with the in-ring action. Give them 20 minutes, they'll give you a 4-star match. Easily.
Definitely.
The next one was our Universal title match, wasn't it, Scully?
Wrong.
Oh
There
wait,
was no
'cause-
Universal title match.
Because Brock Lesnar's in Saskatchewan killing a deer and doing other stuff to his wife.
Oh, Sable. No, we had the Intercontinental as our Raw flagship title.
It
In a
broke-
match that was okay, but it didn't suit this feud.
It broke my heart to see these guys have a pedestrian match.
Yeah.
It did, because if under any other current circumstances, this was an okay match.
What I don't understand about this match is, given what the two have been doing to each other, and given what Dean Ambrose,
Would it have fit better as a chairs match?
it would have
Or
fit
a
better as a
DQ
TLC match.
Yes.
Yeah.
As a TLC match, why is it a normal match?
But here-
if it's Dean Ambrose,
like, and here's
Dean
the
Ambrose
thing-
in a heel turn. Dean Ambrose in his heel turn, he DDT'd him onto the concrete after ripping the floor up, and you have a regular singles match at TLC.
I'm going to tell you something that's going to make it sound even worse. Face Dean Ambrose at WrestleMania, okay?
Ooh.
Face Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
Pulled a chainsaw on Brock Lesnar, his bitter enemy that he's hated forever.
Yeah.
Didn't even pull out the nunchucks that he plays around with him in his spare time.
He
Like,
had a
nothing.
He had Mick Foley's barbed wire bat for God's sake.
He did, and like, what did he use against Seth to like really get into his enemy? Nothing. He beat him clean in the ring with his bare hands. Didn't make him bleed. Didn't make him tap.
No blood, no nothing.
No
Roman
toys.
Reigns got colored. Dean Ambrose, you can screw off.
What are your thoughts on the siren?
He's a heel. He's got to get us to boo him somehow.
I have the same opinion of the burn it down that Seth Rollins has. The one bit, not the multiple repetitions of the bit,
Just
because
the one.
just the one bit. It's odd, but I could see it growing on me.
Yes.
Kind of like a Scott Steiner 2.0, except Dean can actually wrestle.
Yeah.
Sorry, Scott. It's 2018. Maybe.
Also,
just-
Dean isn't 70.
yeah. Go run.
70.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
but
maybe if I
Go
trash
run
talk
your
Steiner
shonies
enough,
in
he'll
Atlanta,
call the
Georgia.
show.
Yeah. Now, real quick before we have to take our first commercial break, Asuka defeated Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair in a triple threat TLC match for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
I'm surprised with I'm not surprised with the title change. I am surprised of the person they put it on. I thought build the chase for Charlotte and Asuka, and then Becky goes after Ronda. Everything played out the way I thought it would play out, except the winner of the match.
In my head, it's still the 4 horsewomen versus the 4 horsewomen at
They're
Mania.
building.
And not Becky versus Ronda. That's just what I think they're going for. So I wasn't surprised they put it on
I'm calling
Asuka.
slow build on this one, especially when you have Shayna Baszler, who's obviously ready to, at any time, you could put her on the main roster. I'm looking at the other two now. I'm
No,
looking
they
at
would-
Shafir and...
They're there to eat a pin in the match, though, if they're going to
True,
protect
but
Ronda.
at the same time, if I'm Triple H, who's obviously going to be wanting to book that,
Yeah.
because I'm not letting Vince touching 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen. This is my. If I'm Triple H, this is my match to book. I'm producing this son of a gun. I'm thinking slow build. It starts with Ronda screwing both Charlotte and Becky like she did this past Sunday. It continues with Ronda versus Becky Lynch, with Becky or Ronda, whoever wins the thing, and then it starts building the night after Mania. Baszler and her 2 cronies,
Yeah.
Shafir and I forgot the other name already.
Jessamine Duke.
Jessamine
Duke
Duke.
and Shafir, yeah.
Duke and Shafir just running around, beating up, and then Ronda just says, "What are you doing? I want a piece." Boots, boots, boots. It's not Mania. It's build up to maybe SummerSlam if you want to make a rush, but it's one of those. But there's obviously the other 4 horsewomen. They're still in,
Their baby clothes.
Yeah.
Their baby
No.
steps, I should say.
the rest, the WWE 4 horsewomen.
If they were a color,
they're
they'd
still
be green.
okay. The MMA 4 horsewomen, green as grass, except for Shayna Baszler. She's good.
Yeah.
Rousey's catching up.
She's yellow.
Yeah. She's
And what are the
getting
other-
there.
What are the other ones? Red?
Yeah.
Okay.
Red means you're hot. Good God, pal, she's hot.
And with that, we are going to have to take our first commercial break. When we come back, we're going to be talking Ring of Honor Final Battle, as well as something that happened in the last segment after it went off the air. You're listening to Wrestling with Ideas right here on CKDJ 1079.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Macho man.
Yeah. 5. Yeah.
5. Macho man.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
5. Here's your gun.
Yeah.
5.
Sir, would you prefer hamburger A, a Wendy's hamburger, which is always made fresh, or hamburger B, which is pre-made and sits around?
B. It's hard like my deltoids.
Yes, but wouldn't you rather have the juicy taste of the Wendy's hamburger?
Hey, no pain, no gain. And that beef burger, that's pain, yeah, real pain, the kind I like. That burger put some serious hurt in me. I love it. Got any more?
Most people like the taste of fresh hamburgers, like Wendy's, the best burgers in the business.
Thank you, fuck you, bye.
Name, and Dusty Rhodes also said that his sister could whip me on any street in America. Well, let me tell you something, Dusty Rhodes. I've heard a lot about your sister. I know she's been on a lot of streets, so she knows them real well. As a matter of fact, they used to call Dusty's sister Federal Express. Did you know that? When she went out on a date, she absolutely positively had to be there overnight. But I want to talk about Dusty's whole family. I want to talk about his drunken old daddy down there in Austin, Texas, every Saturday night. Dusty Rhodes' father would go in the worst low-class redneck saloon in Austin, Texas, and there would be fighting, there would be swearing, there would be cussing, and a lot of hard drinking. And finally, he'd be able to drag Dusty's mother out of there. But you know something about Dusty's daddy? He was a successful businessman. As a matter of fact, before he was a plumber, he owned a shoe store. He owned a shoe store down there in Austin, Texas, and he did so good at it that to this day, every time the city of Austin, Texas thinks of black loafers, they think of Dusty's father. But let me tell you something, Dusty Rhodes, and I want you to listen real good. The Cornette family has long been regarded not only in Louisville, Kentucky, but all over the country, all over the world, as one of the finest families ever in this country. Beautiful Bobby Sweet Sand, they come from money, they come from power, they come from movers and shakers, they come from the upper crust. We are not riffraff, we're not rednecks, we're not farmers, and we're not plumber sons like you. So don't you ever dare make comments about the Cornette family, because, brother, let me tell you something. We're going to take that into consideration. Just remember, your daddy spent his whole life in other people's toilets, and while he was out there with that plumber's helper, every delivery boy and out of work bum in Austin, Texas knew the color of your mama's bedroom. You remember that. Let's go.
More after this timeout, fans.
Alongside me, the man with no excuses, Jonathan Skuse.
And sitting to my left, weighing in at weight undisclosed. How's it going, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Of course, Matty J making his Wrestling with Ideas debut. How are you enjoying this so far, man?
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. I love doing these crossover gimmicks. Where I get to be not the host for a little bit. I'm happy. I'm a happy man.
This issue is like the WCW versus NWO revenge of the local wrestling podcast, where you have a really good video game with two different brands.
Of course, and now this is a good opportunity to plug a couple of other great wrestling podcasts in the Ottawa area. First, of course, is Matty J's WrestleCast. I'm going to be guest hosting this Friday.
Yeah, long story short, my co-host is out of town. He will not be bringing his equipment because hotel Wi-Fi is a little bit of a you-know-what. So I needed a co-host, and we were just happened to be talking about the partnership on Facebook. I was, tell you what, I got an idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could find the show on twitch.tv/RVT Entertainment live every Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the audio and video are uploaded to thebrokeninfinite.com the day later. So
very true. And of course, we'd like to thank our partners at Wrestling 613 Wrestling 613 podcast out of Cornwall, Ontario, hosted by Marky Mark and the Smark. You can check them out every Friday at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live.
Your double dose of wrestling, brother.
Oh, the
You get your serious stuff at 7 o'clock, and then at 10 p.m. the late night stuff starts.
Oh, if you make just watch Wrestling 613 this week.
They're pretty much my warm up.
I wouldn't say they're serious. I wouldn't say they aren't serious, but they definitely aren't.
If you say Arndt Anderson.
No. No. I was gonna say, like, it's a comparison. Like, if like on one end of the spectrum of seriousness, you've got J.J. Dillon's podcast. Right?
Yeah.
And then on the other end, you've got Jim Cornette. Wrestling 613 are somewhere in the middle of the seriousness.
Okay, so basically my show, but a little less serious, I guess, because we do have a little bit of comedy bits in our
Double cheese.
Okay, no Jim Cornette bits. He doesn't like mentioning his name in Ring of Honor. Speaking of Ring of Honor, of course.
Hey,
there we go.
Hey, go.
Final Battle 2018 took place last Friday, December 14th.
Great segue.
No, it didn't. It took place on Sunday. What am I saying?
Friday.
Friday.
It was last Friday, pal.
I know, because on Sunday I was watching TLC.
I keep thinking today's Friday. Jesus, what am I talking about? Okay, so, no. Last Friday, December 14th, from the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Colt Cabana and Ian Riccaboni, always doing an amazing job.
Doing their job and doing it well.
On the match on the card here, we've got Kenny King defeating Eli Isom. Eli Isom.
Right off the bat, I know it's been a while, but I've never had the chance to talk about it on my show until now or this Friday. How weird is it to see Kenny King in Ring of Honor again?
Yeah.
Because for those who don't know, he had a very hard falling out when he signed with Impact, with the then TNA Wrestling, where he was still technically under contract and he got blackballed for a couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really watch Ring of Honor, so when I saw this match, I think one of them is like, is that Juice Robinson?
No.
That's what I'm like, is that? Nah.
Jeff Cobb defeated Hangman Page to retain the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. This was a great match.
matchup.
Now, don't take into account that I'm a Jeff Cobb mark.
No.
I'm a self-admitted Jeff Cobb mark.
After that, fighting back earlier this year, that headbutt, that sounded like a chop.
Free agent. Oh!
Yeah.
Good Lord. That got me out of my seat.
Yep. Kelly Klein defeated Madison Rayne, Karen Q, and Sumi Sakai to win the Women of Honor World Championship.
Man, I thought Rayne was going over. I totally did. I don't know. It was a good match. I just thought Rayne was going over. I was like, that's your Las Vegas block right
call
there.
it a wild guess.
Yeah.
You know, you never know.
That's a good thing it wasn't a betting man on this match, though.
Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Jonathan Gresham.
Oh, what a great match.
Oh, that was.
Oh, Zack Sabre Jr.
But you gotta love it when a crowd just gets in there and just they know what they listen to the British stuff. And Zack Sabre Jr. is just an excellent heel.
Absolutely.
And it's also like Beyond. Jonathan Gresham is one of the faces of Beyond as well.
Yeah, so that's where that
a lot of the
matchup
crowd
comes from.
Probably made the trek over.
Probably just out of holiday or just a lot of tape traders or just a lot of people watching. Why am I saying tape traders in 2018? I have no idea.
Blu-ray bandits.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, Matty, how do you feel? Old.
The self-proclaimed Ring of Honor World Champion Matt Taven, along with TK O'Ryan, defeated Dalton Castle with the boys.
I hate Matt Taven. I love the gimmick.
Yeah.
Love the gimmick.
Same thing about Dalton Castle.
I like Dalton Castle a bit more, admittedly.
I like Dalton Castle. The boys, not so much.
It's the flamboyant thing, and I'm like, you know what? Let him have his thing.
But I like it when Tyler Breeze did it. But whenever Dalton Castle does it, I'm sitting on the fence.
Fair enough. That's fair enough.
But hey, he's just still a tremendous performer. Absolutely. He's
still a great performer. He has a good gimmick. And Taven with the fake belt is like every time you say champion, he shows up. I'm the champ. No, you're not. You got a purple belt. You're Jeff Hardy, but a better wrestler.
Marty Scurll defeated Christopher Daniels by submission to retain his number one contendership for the Ring of Honor World Championship.
And CD's run with Ring of Honor?
Really?
Well, the storyline going into this match was the three members of SCU, Scorpio Sky, Frankie Kazarian, Chris Daniels, they were okay. We're going to renew our contracts. Though they got renewals for Scorpio Sky and Frankie, not Christopher Daniels. So he figures, if I become number one contender, they have to re-sign me. So that's where the stakes of the match were. It was for the number one contendership, but if CD won, well, there you go. More leverage, more time in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Also, I'd be remiss to say that this is indeed the worst town I've ever been in. SCU. Insert Southern California rant right there, and we move on.
Flip Gordon defeated Bully Ray in an I Quit match. This, for me, was probably the most surprising result of the night. When you see Flip Gordon,
yeah,
and you put him next to Bully fucking Ray, yeah. You don't think, oh, Flip Gordon's gonna make him say I quit.
No. You look at it going. I looked at this as what it was. This was an I Quit match with a David Goliath thing. There's going to be some schmozzing. There's going to be some. It will not be clean, if you will.
I don't know. I just look at Bully Ray and I say, that guy put Mae Young through a table. What won't he do? Like,
hey, he was thinking of putting Kerry Silkin through a table. And that was just the appetizer for him, obviously. I liked it for what it was. It was schmozzy. It was the heel, the big heel, which, by the way, Bully Ray, one of the best heels, underrated this year.
Absolutely.
Very true.
Underrated.
Very true. Jay Lethal retained his Ring of Honor World Championship by defeating the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
A great matchup for the world title. Again, the idea of, what if Cody, he's not re-signing? What if he leaves with the Ring of Honor? It'll be like the first time around where he, quote unquote, didn't sign with Ring of Honor for 6 months.
Yeah.
But it did not happen, obviously.
Well, Cody Rhodes has got his own thing going on, so.
Well, yeah,
we'll talk about that.
After we get to the main event, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord. Good Lord.
But, I mean, do you want to talk about what happened after that and then get to the
I think we might as well.
TV? Or do you want to talk about TV after the main event and then talk about All Elite?
I mean, at this point, we'll finish the pay-per-view and then we can talk about whatever happened after the pay-per-view.
Yeah, sure.
I think it only makes sense.
Yeah. The Briscoes defeated SoCal, the other 2/3 of SoCal Uncensored, and the Young Bucks to win the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship. I will just say, I am happy that the Briscoes took this over.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching the first, I think it was if it wasn't the first Ring of Honor show that they put out on DVD, it was one of the first.
Okay.
And I saw the Briscoes on that. The Briscoes have been around forever, and I don't think they've had the Ring of Honor Tag Champs.
Not that often.
Not that often. I'm just checking to see.
Well, the Briscoes this is their 10th reign. I do know that.
Yeah.
I do know that. That was their 10th win of the Ring of Honor World Tag titles. I know they've won the IWGP titles at least once or twice.
Yeah.
IWGP.
The heavyweight titles, yeah.
Once, and then they won the 6-man twice.
Yeah.
With our good buddy, Toriano. Oh, man. But yeah, after this match.
You mean the curtain call?
Oh, the usual being the elite curtain call. Well, we should talk about what happened after the world title match with Marty Scurll showing up, and then more stuff happened. And then the final bit where it was goodbye. Cody and the Young Bucks, they showed up. Frankie and Scorpio, they stuck around. Christopher Daniels, they invited him in the ring. You belong just as much. It was a tearful farewell.
Yeah.
And at the very end, the Young Bucks, they talk about their tenure with Ring of Honor, which was on and off for the majority of 10 years.
Yep.
And then they said, We will be back here in New York. We will see you there.
All in 2 confirmed.
All right, so now on to Ring of Honor's Final Battle Fallout TV episode that aired on the 15th of December 2018. So, a couple of big things coming out of this. Jeff Cobb defeating the Luchasaurus with a belly-to-belly and his tour of the islands. We had Christopher Daniels coming out, and he did officially say goodbye to Ring of Honor. I'm just trying to see what else. Christopher Daniels is out for a promo. He said the other 2 SCU members are at home recovering, and he lost. Said there's nothing to do left other than to say goodbye. He references the first Ring of Honor main event with Loki. Yeah, so it was the first.
It was the first one, yeah.
He was in the first ever Ring of Honor main event, of course, with Loki and Bryan Danielson. Yeah. And the first 4-way that introduced the Ring of Honor title. Puts over the crowd. I thank you, I love you, bye. Joe Koff comes out for a hug. Up next, we have Flip Gordon, Dalton Castle, Marty Scurll, and Chris Sabin for the #1 contendership. Tracy Williams versus Zack Sabre Jr. That was a good match. I like that. Well, I'm a fan of Zack Sabre Jr.
No, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, SCU versus the Briscoes. Now, it was after this. It was when Marty Scurll came out for a promo. The Kingdom come out.
Yeah.
And asked where his friends were. Marty Scurll then says that his friends
my friends are gone.
Friends are gone, but who says I can't make new ones? Lights on?
Lights off.
Yeah. Then the lights came on. Brody King is out.
Yeah.
Lights off. Lights on again.
Lightning Vision. PCO.
Nice. I don't watch Ring of Honor TV. That's nice.
It's 2018 and Pierre Calouellette is on Ring of Honor TV and he's getting a pop.
Yep. Everybody knows he's a genetic freak and Scott Steiner can come at him and he will take him down a peg.
Oh my God.
If anybody is watching this and they book PCO versus Scott Steiner, you are off the show. Okay?
Hey, that's awesome. I'd be thrilled. I would travel to see that match, especially for the promos.
I would
because PCO knows he can't beat me. A sacrifice. PCO. The numbers don't lie. He just replaced Samoa Joe with PCO.
What do you got a problem with PCO? He's fat.
White trash. I feel like if he called Destro white trash, he would take the jumper cables and shock him up to sky.
Yeah. Oh God.
Did you see the latest Monday Night Destro and PCO where they go into some gym and then Destro goes to the owner. Are you the owner? The guy goes, yeah, and he goes, we train. And then he just. Have you seen that?
No, not this week.
Are you the owner?
Yes, I am, sir.
Yeah, we train.
Okay.
What? Pull down. Yeah. You're back. Leg extension. Tricep.
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing?
Start to the
I don't care about that low.
Okay, come on, let's do bicep. Come on. Kill the bicep. Kill the bicep. Come on! Good train. Good train.
Brody King, Martha's girl, my friend. He's not right. He's not right. He's not right. The electricity. He's not right. Like that. Like that. Villain Enterprise. Like that. Like that.
So after that, yeah, so Ring of Honor, Final Battle. Overall, good show.
Great show.
Great show. We do have to take another commercial break, I believe. When we come back, we're going to be talking more of the latest wrestling rumors and the latest wrestling news. You're listening to Wrestling with Ideas right here on CKDJ 107.9.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Wow, Kurt Angle. Piece of shame. Whoa, what's cutting into this pizza? Hey!
They square off. Tomato drop kick. Pepper scoops him into an airplane spin. Big splash. Pizza outlet. The taste that screams fresh.
Oh, man, that was beautiful.
There's an epidemic affecting thousands of young Canadians, a condition scientists are calling the Munchies. I'm World Wrestling Federation superstar Chris Jericho, and I've joined forces with Taco Bell to fight this hunger. You can join our tag team. By making a donation of only $3.99, you'll receive 3 Taco Supremes and a drink. Act now, and together we can help young people, like Todd, pummel the Munchies. Why not buy this official WWF poster only at Taco Bell?
Welcome back inside the CKDJ studios right here for Wrestling with Ideas on CKDJ 107.9, Ottawa's new music, of course, streaming live on Smashcast as we speak. I'm the music man, Colin Scully, alongside me, both Matty J of the WrestleCast and the man with no excuses, Jonathan Skews.
Primo!
No.
Primo.
Get out.
Oh, I hear that we get not a well-received pop.
All right, so, of course, now we have to talk about what happened this past week on WWE TV.
Well, first of all, the McMahons are back. Like, no, literally, on Raw, that was the first thing that happened.
Yeah.
And 10 minutes later, and nothing of value was changed.
Well, I mean, Baron Corbin got fired.
Again, and nothing of value was changed.
All right, so Vince started off after he was introduced by JoJo, taking the mic, and he said that he doesn't want to hear any boos.
Boo!
Vince
Boo!
McMahon.
He knows what he's doing. He's done this before.
McMahon says that everyone's wondering what happened with Raw, and that's why he's here. He says Raw has been on for 25 years, and Raw changes with the times. No, it does not change with the times.
It barely keeps up.
It changes with the crowd going, that's it, click. Like I did a couple of weeks ago, and I am not regretting
Like
that
those
decision.
"this is boring" chants.
Oh my God! Ambrose and Rollins getting "this is boring" chants. That should tell you something is wrong.
But Raw's changing, and out comes Stephanie, and then out comes Shane, and then out comes the King of Kings, and then out comes Linda. No, that didn't happen.
And then all of a sudden, it's like 1999 all over again.
Well, it was 1999.
It was apparently it was 1999 again. Except, good Lord, Stephanie, you have not aged well.
Well, compared to 1999, anyway.
I mean, you know.
Compared to when she was in the ring with Ronda.
It's called trying to
That's
get
what being in the ring with Ronda will do to you.
Yeah. That and a couple of scars because of the surgery, of course.
Yes.
And by the way, that was me attempting to do a joke, but that obviously flopped. But we're going to move on. But yeah, that I watched a promo and I say we're no more absentee management, no more this. We're giving power to you, the people. And after that promo,
BS. After they said that, I'm like, oh, so nothing's happening, and they just put Vince on TV to get ratings.
And there a bunch of people were going, well, this is great, this is great. And originally I'd be like, yeah, this is great, but at the end of the day, I just go, I'm sorry, but nothing of value has changed.
Not yet.
I've had arguments with a couple of fellow podcasters. Like, well, this is great. The matches were great. You admit, I watched a Baron Corbin handicap match, and I was like, okay, that was cathartic.
Yeah.
Click. I was like, no, not.
I do think there is going to be some good changes coming, but they haven't arrived yet.
To me, this is desperation going into WrestleMania season. This will not stick.
I won't say it's like complete desperation, but I will agree it's a sign of desperation.
It's a sign of desperation trying to get people back to watch for the Rumble.
Now, I can't remember. I don't remember exactly when this was announced, but they did announce the next slate of NXT call-ups.
Yeah, this was...
And our boys in there.
Yep, so of course Lars Sullivan, the one that was previously mentioned.
Uh-huh.
Of course, we've up next we have Lacey Evans.
Surprising choice.
An interesting call-up, but I've seen that her TV matches are fine. She's from the crop of NXT women that you want to call up but don't want to screw up your...
I'm just surprised she's not there to take the title off Baszler when the time has come or something like that.
I don't see her as a champion.
Well, I see her as an NXT homegrown talent, and they want to push their own talent, so that's why I would.
She would have needed at least, I don't know, maybe another year of build-up to get a title, but her TV matches were decent. Yeah. It's one of those, she's good, she's a great character.
Yes.
She's got that down.
I love the character. It's like a
She's had that down since she came in from the Indies, I think. She had that in the Indies, and they just could put a polish on that, and she turned heel on that, and it's working.
We also got another woman who is going to be debuting.
Nikki Cross. I want to play.
If they debut her on the opposite brand of Sanity,
BS is called.
Which I wouldn't be surprised if they did it.
I'm just waiting for like a 6-man tag match with all of Sanity there, and then whoever the hell they want to throw up against Sanity, and then just have Nikki Cross pull an R-Truth and run in the middle of the match and just get in the ring. And
I want to play.
And looks like
I want to play Becky.
You're not gonna do anything.
Becky.
All you've got to do is show up, and then you have.
My name is Finlay, and I like to
fight. Good Lord.
We've also got
Heavy Machinery.
Yes. Otis.
Yeah.
I
can't wait.
would have loved to have seen him as a run with the tag titles before the call-up.
I agree. But whenever I saw their vignette, all I'm thinking of, you have Heavy Machinery, New Day, Steaks versus Cakes. And then as soon as they get that out of the way, it's all thumbs up from there because you know it's going to happen. Otis and Big E just staring at each other in the ring.
Steaks, cakes, steaks,
Exactly.
cakes. I can see it now. Good Lord.
And then when that happens, after that happens, maybe Heavy Machinery will be taken seriously.
You know,
A little bit more seriously, perhaps.
I feel like if they do that, like after they do that, the only time that Heavy Machinery are going to be taken seriously is if they do a heel turn.
True. But I don't think they should because they're just too much fun.
Because let's face it,
Yeah.
the New Day will not be turning heel as the current New Day anytime soon. If somehow they get in that way back time machine from October or something.
You mean where they discovered the Derriere squares?
Yeah, exactly.
Rest in
good
peace,
Lord.
the vaudeville.
Oh God.
If they go back in that and then they go to the original gimmick of like the whole preacher stuff.
Yeah, when they first debuted.
When they first debuted,
nobody liked them.
Then maybe they could pull off a heel turn. But current New Day,
No.
there is
Even
no
their
way in
heel
hell.
runs have been face runs. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you have to look at who their heel runs have been against.
Exactly. It's not fair. But also, no, we were not popping. I wasn't popping for Otis and Heavy Machinery. I was popping for my boy EC3.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
don't
EC3.
blame you. I would have, again, a case of I would have loved to see a title run,
Yep.
but this guy he doesn't need to be the greatest worker in the world. He's main event ready.
Exactly.
He's proven that in Impact. He's obviously proven that with whatever promo time he's gone in NXT. He's ready.
EC3,
He
if
just
you're,
needed-
if
they
you're
just needed
listening
an
to this,
excuse.
which I hope you are just for this one piece of advice, the first thing you got to do is either A, take down The Miz, or B, join The Miz. That's the first thing he needs to do.
I say feud with The Miz.
Like
There's some money there.
I'm the best with either or, but
Yeah.
if he starts like as the Miz's heater because they're both rich guys, and then he slowly turns on the Miz, and because the Miz is a face right now,
Yeah.
it would be great.
On my WWE Universe mode right now, I have a faction called the 1% of MJF, The Miz, and EC3.
That's a nice 1%.
By the way, you poor bastard on 2K18. You poor bastard.
I'm on 19. What do you mean?
19, whatever.
MJF.
I have not played. I don't have a PS4, so I have not played. I actually picked up Fire Pro Wrestling World the other week.
I do have. I have.
I am enjoying the hell out of that. But that's a good stable, though. I'm not going to knock that.
I wouldn't mind seeing that if when MJF gets out to the WWE, because let's face it,
He's bound.
He
At
is
some
bound.
point.
Maxwell Maxwell
Weinstein,
Jackson.
Friedman, whatever he wants to be called.
MJF. Well, let's keep it like that because my mouth does not want to work.
He's just a teenage dirtbag, baby.
Yep.
Speaking of MJF, actually, not speaking of weirdest. Speaking of teenage. No! Speaking of MJF!
Teenagers scared the living shit out of me.
That was good. I like that. That was good.
Who was it at Joey Janela's spring break where they got MJF to do the karaoke of Teenage Dirtbag? Like, it just drove him insane.
Yeah. MJF is actually
Yes.
going to be coming to Ottawa.
Oh, when? Where?
C4's Nightmare City on January 25th.
I'll have to
in a
go see
fatal
him.
four-way in which two out of the other three participants that I can remember for sure are Evil Uno and the Red Death, Daniel Garcia.
Oh, the Red Death. He is a tremendous talent.
And I'm going to miss that.
Are you?
Yeah, I can't make it.
Why did Mankind just tell me he was gonna? Oh, I'm gonna miss that.
Oh God, I'm not gonna have a nice. I can't do Mick Foley.
Have a nice
I can't
day.
do Mick Foley to save my life.
Bang bang.
Yeah. So nothing else of note really happened, of course, on Monday Night Raw. We're not going to talk about the gauntlet match because everybody knows.
It was good.
That put me to sleep though. It was good, but I had to go back and watch it because I fell asleep.
Well, that's what the third hour of Raw is. It's a great way to fall you asleep. But for me, it's like the reason I stopped watching it live was that I just put me in a bad mood all week.
Josh Briggs is the fourth guy in that fatal four-way. That's another. He's CZW, right, Josh Briggs?
I think so.
Last time I checked, yeah.
But tell me, is Dick Justice gonna be there?
No, they haven't announced him yet.
I sure hope that guy. I pop for that guy.
Dick Justice. Oh man,
he's become a regular to C4, so I would not be surprised.
Yeah. On SmackDown, however, though,
Reaction shots. Reaction shots.
Oh, God, yeah.
And some, have some reaction
Big E
shots.
versus Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship in a
So,
reaction
for a little context, Daniel Bryan's, the McMahons are speaking to the SmackDown roster saying, hey, nobody's fired, nobody's going anywhere. You're good. Paige, you're not GM anymore, but we got stuff for you. But the whole roster's out there, and the camera's kind of focused on the crowd, and you see Daniel Bryan trying to be a heel and look angry. And then have
Big E eating the hell out of a pancake
He's just staring
burger.
down Daniel Bryan eating like pancakes and was like, hey, you want some of this? Yeah. Pancakes are good for vegans. You want some of this? And Daniel Bryan is trying to maintain his heel-like status.
And obviously the intention is react to all the champions. They cut the Becky Lynch, the tag champs, the Bar. They cut the Daniel Bryan. And the intention is get heel heat. But whoever put the team together forgot to mention Big E likes to fuck around in front of a camera if he's left off a leash, which he obviously was.
Yeah, because Kofi and Xavier weren't there to tell him to settle down, and I'm pretty sure if they were, they would have just made it worse.
They would have made it. They were going to make it worse, but Big E just with
Picture
that
this:
look.
it's 1999,
Yes.
and Vince McMahon comes out to address the Monday Night Raw locker room.
Yes.
Stone Cold is dead. And Xavier, stop playing that damn trombone.
Big E going, shit with the booty
Rikishi,
shake.
get Big E to stop gyrating.
I did it for The Rock. I did it for the pancake.
Good God, it's gyrations, pal. But yeah, no, it was all reaction shots.
It was all reaction shots, and Big E just drank Daniel Bryan's
you
big
nailed-
milkshake.
You nailed this segment.
Oh, Big E is a winner this week.
Cool match on SmackDown. Did anybody else like the main event match this week on SmackDown?
I love the main event.
Tag match with Mustafa Ali.
I called this. I don't know if I said it on the show
Yeah.
last week, but last week I said Mustafa Ali had his debut on SmackDown. I wouldn't be surprised next week if he's wearing the Sub-Zero gear.
And he was wearing the Sub-Zero gear.
Yep.
And he got a win over Daniel Bryan.
It's in the Sub-Zero gear, man. Didn't work at Mania, but it's in the Sub-Zero gear.
Hey, you know what? It's got to break. You got to break that thing in first. You know?
And not to go back into another Vince impersonation, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was watching Ali's debut. Good God, pal, where's the Sub-Zero outfit? You gotta have the Sub-Zero outfit. I want the pay-per-view outfit, pal.
God damn it! I need the Sub-Zero.
And then we'll sell glow sticks.
We'll sell glow sticks and LED boards, and then he's gonna puke.
He's gonna
puke.
And we had a perfect pairing of anti-American and anti-everybody Cien Almas and the anti-everything Brian.
I don't know what it is. I'm kind of a fan of the pairing.
It's weird,
It's
but
a good pairing.
It's an odd, but it's one of those like two tastes make it great. I guess I don't know.
There's one thing that didn't work out though, is that last week, whenever somebody came out and got the crowd to chant yes, Daniel Bryan would chant no.
Fickle.
He would say no
Fickle.
or fickle. But when Cien Almas gets the crowd to chant yes, he just carries on like it's a regular thing. But if somebody else did it, no, fickle.
No, but that's the thing. He told them. Almas went there and was like, "You got to do my old former pal though." And tranquilo, Athenaio. I screwed it up, and I do not apologize. I like Nike.
Hey,
okay?
you botched it, but you didn't Sin Cara botch it.
Thank you. I do that often on my show, so that is good.
Now, you mentioned the whole Tranquilo thing.
Yes.
Just to close out the show, Chris Jericho made an appearance at the first Corkin Hall.
The last Corkin Hall show of the year, yeah.
The last Corkin Hall show of the year.
Yeah.
Beating the hell out of LIJ.
Yeah.
I think he screamed, "I am not Tranquilo," or something somewhere in there.
I had this joke for the longest time when Naito had this feud with Minoru Suzuki over the over the same Intercontinental Championship that they're going to be fighting for at Wrestle Kingdom. And I had this one joke like, Naito's just trying to bait Minoru Suzuki to challenge him for the belt. Naito is just chill. It's like he's the king. He's referring him to a third person. And of course, Minoru Suzuki, being Minoru Suzuki, is all kinds of pissed off.
Yeah.
I've had this joke for the longest time. I was like, tranquilo, like Naito's tranquilo. And then Minoru's like, fuck your tranquilo, beats the crap out of two young lions with a steel chair.
Yeah. No, the one, like, I'm going to be honest and give away here. I follow Chris Jericho to New Japan. I didn't always watch New Japan. So I followed Chris Jericho. I knew about the stars from British promotions.
Okay.
But I didn't watch New Japan itself, and I followed Chris Jericho there. And when I hear Naito, like, this is from a guy who didn't watch Naito. All I think of, Naito, you fucking idiot. Whenever Chris Jericho got his promo there. You fucking piece of shit. Naito, you fucking piece of shit, you stupid idiot.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks for everybody listening on Wrestling with Idiots. Thanks to everybody watching on Smashcast.
And thanks to Naito, who is a stupid idiot, and he just made the list.
Hey, and also, he's got to be careful because he's going to get it.
You're going to get it.
It.
Oh, Bob Barker. And we're done.
Thank you guys for listening, and as always, have a good one.
You see, here's the problem with having guests on the show. You never stick to the schedule, and it's the better episode anyway.
That's why I'm glad I'm on internet only.
It's the same thing happened. Scully and Marco Rossi were going to do like a history thing, and I just sat in on the